Today's a really exciting day. So at EPT Lab, we've got Kat visiting today. She's come all the way from Sydney, Australia to come to little old middle of England to train with me at EPT Lab. We're going to be doing a lower body workout. The lower body workout that she's got scheduled in her calendar today is what she would normally do with our online coaching format. So we're kind of not going to veer too far from that today, but we're going to be working on technique, really trying to perfect some of these movements. So come follow along, check out what Kat's training is going to look like, and she's also going to do a little bit of a photo shoot at the end as well. So it's 1, 2, 3, up. There you go. Yeah. So like with any good workout, we're starting here with a warm-up. Now, a lot of people see a warm-up as separate from their workout and almost something that they need to just finish fast, get it done in order for them to put in the work and actually get some results from the workout. Now, I actually see warm-ups as part of the workout.
So same thing, we're just trying to work into that position a little bit. That's it. Yeah, nice. Again, think of that foot just spreading out on the floor. Good. Again, with you, it's big toe. So if we can drive that big toe into the floor. Let's get one more. Okay. Let's do the same thing going back, but we'll go with a band. So don't worry about popping into some external rotation here. Just keep almost like a band pull apart, adjust the resistance, whatever you want. Just keep it there on your chest and try and get that same hinge. So we're just getting that ISO.
So the general format I tend to use with warm-ups is what I call a map warm-up. So it's like mobility, activation work, and then primer or potentiation type work. And that just slightly changes depending on the person that I'm working with.
And all we're going to do, we'll start sideways for now, just focus on, just chop your hips a little bit, keep your hips back, and we'll focus on pushing the leg away, okay? So try not to let that collapse. Yep. We're going to go push the leg away, okay? Imagine that ceiling's really low. Good. That's it. So it's not just the foot that comes out, it's push the floor away. Nice. Tricky is with Pete to ignore that he's there. Although it keeps your technique in check. It does. If you know you're being filmed.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry. When I get the camera out and I'm doing my lifts, always push like 20% harder.
Also, that is the argument for why you should film yourself at the gym.
Yeah.
That you should.
Yeah.
Even if it never goes online, it's not for Instagram, whatever,
yeah.
Gyms should allow you to film yourself.
Yeah.
Because you just get a better quality.
Technique, but
yeah.
It's one of my approaches, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we want to be able to see what you're doing.
Completely, yeah. Come on, keep going. Give me 2 more. That's it, okay. Let's hop yourself down to the end, and then we're gonna have that back on. Now what we're gonna do is try to, if it gets a little bit challenging, you can take it further up. Okay, so makes it harder if you go around your ankles or even stand on it, and then it's a little bit easier and a little bit easier even when you come higher. Just shortening that lever arm, okay? So we'll keep it below the knees, and we're gonna go forwards. Again, just sit low. We're not just doing this, we're focusing on hip extension, right? So we push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away, okay? The hardest part is when you've got to come backwards. So when you come backwards, when you get to the end, you've got to go boom, boom, boom. And bear in mind, yeah.
Okay.
So thinking about the back foot, okay? So push the floor away behind you, push it away, push it away. That's it. Good. And try and keep the same distance. Nice. Push it away. Good. Good. It's the most common fault I see when people do this. I know it's a really, really basic drill, but it's just thinking about just stepping forwards, whereas what we want to think about is that hip extension, because that's what we're trying to load here. Hip extension and abduction. Good. Try and keep the distance between those feet. Good. So you can make it to the last white line, and you can come up for a breather at the end. Go on, one more. Good. Just come up for a breather just for a second. And then you've got to try and go backwards.
today with Kat, what we're doing is more of kind of like a linear lower body warm up, and then we're following this up with some core activation drills. We're using a few of my favorite drills here, and to be honest today, we're playing about with some things that are a little bit more novel, some things that Kat might not have tried before, because we want to keep things different and kind of outside of the program that she's doing as well. Whereas the meat and potatoes of the program, we're using the exact same exercises that Kat is in her plan at the moment.
So all you're gonna do is here. Now you're gonna try and burst the ball between your knee, okay, and your hand. So you're gonna burst the ball, and then we're just gonna think opposites, okay? So we're just gonna go here, burst the ball, get nice and long, up, burst the ball again, opposites, and up, okay? So that's all we're gonna do on the first one, and then we'll just change it up for the second one. I do want you in a little bit of flexion on this one, okay? So your chin can be a little bit tucked and up into it. And then you can, honestly, you can get that really close to your tummy, just put it in, like that. That's it. And you can even get your elbow on it, whatever position you find strongest. So we're gonna go opposites. That's it, good. And burst the ball. Good, we'll say that's rep number 2. We just gotta go 10 on this one, 3. Good. 5. Nice. Keep the pressure on it. Good. Good, 2 more.
That's 12, Gareth.
I always forget reps. On the next one. Okay, we're just kind of playing about with a few different dead bug positions, okay? So, same idea. I just want you to have your hands, give it a big hug, and press down on that, okay? I'm gonna be over you, and your goal is to not let me move that ball.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm gonna be moving you around, and you just gotta keep yourself locked in that position. Okay?
Not bringing my legs out.
Nope, you're literally just going to
Hold it.
pulse with that ball, hold it, squeeze it as hard as you can. Don't let me move it. Put it all the way down to your belly. Pull it all the way down. Good, let's get some big arms all the way over the top. Okay, ready? Don't let me move it. Don't let me move it. Good. Don't let me move it. Come on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Well done. Have a second. We're going to do that once more. Just give you a little bit of a breather.
So the first meat and potatoes exercise that we're using with Kat is a barbell Romanian deadlift. Now, in her program at the moment, so we basically do online coaching with her. So I've worked with her for the past 6 months through my online coaching platform. And at the moment we have programmed for her some dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. But I just wanted to see what she could do today.
Let's just see what a set looks like for now. I'm not going to kind of say anything. We'll just go a set of 10, just movement. Yeah, nice, good. So let's not have the pause at the bottom, you just come straight up. That's it, 3.
A barbell Romanian deadlift just exposes you a little bit more. It puts you under a little bit more load. It forces you into positions that you might not be put into when you're doing a dumbbell, for example. And we can see if there are any kind of structural issues, some imbalances and things like that, which are a little bit easier in a barbell Romanian deadlift versus a dumbbell Romanian deadlift. And above all, we can add more load as well. We can just push her a little bit more.
Nice, good. I'd like to see what that depth looks like when we get more weight on there.
Yeah.
Good, you've got good depth.
The gap, the depth?
Yeah, the depth.
Oh, yeah.
The depth is really good. As in you're maintaining that back integrity all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
yeah,
good range
really
there.
thinking about trying to push that butt back.
Yeah, if I'm being really picky, maybe lats engagement can be a little bit better.
Yep.
But it's just another thing to think about sometimes.
Yeah.
So like on the next set, what you can do is that whole bend the bar
Yeah, sure.
kind of technique we can play
And
about.
I think that tends to be what happens as well. When it's lighter load, like you don't engage as much, or the
Yeah.
movement, it's not until you add a bit more load, that's when you're forced, like, oh, I've got to get in that position a little bit more.
Exactly, yeah. You've got to force that along.
Yes,
And then
yeah.
you can have a look, what's falling apart?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to chuck a 20 on?
20.
Yeah, it's almost too easy when there's no weight on the bar.
So with the barbell RDL, we're mainly focusing with Kat and just like a hips back kind of position, really. Her technique's really, really good. She tends to get almost a little bit too much depth on some reps, but we're focusing, as always, on just chopping the hips, really pushing the hips back. I always like to use the cue, close the door behind you using your butt, and Kat shows this perfectly with her RDL technique.
How's your diet been since being here?
Do you know what? I've been really good. There is so much, food porn. Like everywhere you go, it's in your face. Yeah. Gareth, it's so in your face. Yeah. And I've been really good. Like, just really like, yeah. The thing is, I haven't invested in you for the last 6 months and invested my nutrition and my training just to blow it in 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's so easy to do. It is. It's in your face everywhere. I'm talking about the pastries, the desserts, all the yumminess. Yeah. Is everywhere you go.
Have you had a little bit?
I've had 1 cookie with my coffee.
Okay, yeah.
And that was like, you know what? Because I'm like, if I'm going to have something, I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it rather than like be at Borough Markets, and like trying to eat something like this with all these people. I'm like, no, I have to sit and enjoy it.
Have you had a crab roll yet from there? It's right down the bottom.
Someone said to get the sausage roll from the pig and pastry or something. I don't know. Anyway, but no, I've been really good. Yes.
There's a really good, it's like a man in a van there, and he's up against one of the sides, and basically a fresh crab, mayonnaise, nice brioche bun.
Oh, yum.
We worked up to 90, and then we did end up hitting 100 kilos with this one. So Kat is pretty strong, and she managed to maintain like spinal integrity throughout the exercise.
Super close, yeah. Get everything set, go through that checklist in your head, make sure everything's engaged as it should be. Good, drive those hips through. Boop. Yep, nice. Very nice, yeah. Good. Nice. Nice. And again. Yes, solid. Good. Get an extra couple in there. If you wanted it. Yeah,
huh?
They might have fallen apart a little bit.
Might have, yeah.
We'll keep it clean. Keep it like two reps. 2 reps in the tank.
So was that 100?
100, yeah.
So the second exercise, we actually gave her a bit of a choice here. Now, within her program, she's got a front foot elevated split squat variation.
So this is counterweighted at the moment. We should be absolutely fine with this one. We'll just do a regular split squat. So it's almost like like your front foot elevated split squat. Okay, so we can kind of mimic that. So all you're going to do underneath this, best advice is to make sure that is in contact with your back, because the tendency is just to want to use these on your shoulders. And so make sure that's contacting with your back. So it's kind of like a low bar position there. Once you're up, you're going to need to operate these and just pull them away. Yep. Now you can have your hands in front here, but I think if you go there, it's going to lock everything down a little bit more, okay? And all we're going to do is just take that little step back and just find a position where you're really comfortable, okay? Yeah. Once you're confident and feeling good, then you can just drop yourself down into that split squat, okay? We'll see how that feels. We can play about with the position from there. We can give you a little bit more elevation. Okay. We can put something down for your back knee, etc. What I might do, actually, is give you even more assistance. Now, I'm not saying that we will use this. It's not going to feel right for everyone. Cool. But let's have a look. All right, so here. Yep. Up. Do have your shoulders in contact. Actually, that's it. Yeah. That's better. Okay, up. Okay. And up. And. Now, if you take 1 foot back and just find what's going to feel comfortable. Okay. You might want to take that. To here? Yep. Oh, yep. So you're slightly leaning forwards into it. Let's give it 6 reps just to start off with. 2, don't go quite so deep. There's good, 3. 4, good. Good, now switch your legs over. Feels good. Good. 2. 3. 4. Good. Good, up and lock it off. Okay, have a minute. Movement-wise, Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it feels a bit awkward for you.
It's just different. I quite like it.
Okay.
Just different.
As mentioned before, I want it to stay within the same movement patterns or very similar movements, but give her a little bit of something different. You know, she's training with me in person. We want to put on a little bit more kind of a show for her, so show her some different things, have some more take homes from what she's doing with me. So we gave her the option of a split stance pendulum squat. The pendulum squat here we have at EPT Lab is actually very, very heavy. So we had to unload this one just to have some practice reps. And then we used a power squat and we used a split squat in the power squat. Now, Kat just found that the split squat in the power squat was slightly more comfortable for her. I tend to find that with a lot of people, they'll tend to prefer that position just with how the power squat loads you and the position of the pad on the back. So we stuck with that. We're a very kind of anteriorly dominant split squat variation here. So as you can see from her torso, she's very much leant forwards. We're trying to get a little bit more glutes, hamstrings focus with this one, as opposed to a more upright stance, and with that knee more kind of coming over the toe. This one's a really great one for working those glutes in more of a stretch position. And especially in those stretcher type movements, we tend to work the lower glute fibers just a little bit more. So this is a really great option for anyone that wants to build their glutes in that stretched position, especially working more towards those lower glute fibers and especially that glute hamstring tie-in kind of area. So give this one a try if you do have a power squat machine available at your gym.
Okay, last set. We'll go for 8. Let's maybe see if we can get some forced reps at the end. But we'll see how things are looking. Drive up. Good. Nice. 7. Let's get 3 more. 8, last 2. Good. Yeah, nice, good. Stop on that one, well done. That was actually 11. So you got to match that.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll do anything for you, Gareth. That's it.
Go. Yes, nice. Within reason.
Within
2.
reason.
Good. 6. 7.
That it?
And you got to match it. You got to get 11.
How many have I
There
done?
you go. That's the one.
Okay.
There you look it up. Nice work. Okay, have a minute. And then, as I said, we're going to go on the hip thrust. We'll see how that hip thrust machine feels to you.
Yeah.
If not, we'll either go Smith machine or we will go barbell with the hip
We'll
thrust.
give it
okay?
a crack. Whew.
Next up, we put Kat on our hip thrust machine. Now, our hip thrust machine is it's one that is a little bit heavier than probably what you're used to versus other variations. So we managed actually here to work up to a good weight in comparison to what I might expect here. We had a couple of 20 kilo plates on each side, which is more than enough for a lot of people on our machine, because as I said, it's a very humbling machine, this one.
Feet on there, back on there. We're going to adjust the angle of that foot plate, but I think it'll be fine. Okay. And all I want you to do for now, we'll just have hands out towards the side, chin tucked. We'll use more of a scoop method. And yeah, we'll go both legs. And just try and just kind of go to that hip extension. That's it. So you see there's almost a little bit of a scoop at the bottom. Scoop those hamstrings just in that little range at the bottom. Yeah, to be fair, I'm quite liking that position for you anyway. Okay, so chuck the seatbelt on.
Oh, now that is a pad. That's what I'm
it.
talking about.
Make sure the pad's the right way, though. You might just want to twist. Yeah. Now, on this one, the load is independent, okay? So just make sure that you are central within that. So you might need to, like, shift that around a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah? Worst thing about this is putting your feet on now.
Yeah, it's same as the glute builder.
Yeah.
You got to pop it up and then you're squashing.
Okay. So let's see how it feels. Now, with this one, I would hold on to that nice and tight. Keep it locked in and central. Keep your chin tucked. Lead with those glutes first. Squeeze harder at the top. That's it. And let's go 12. 2. Let's not quite return it to the bottom. Don't touch the bottom. 3. There you go. Nice. 6. Good. Nice. 9, just watch those knees coming in at the bottom. 10, 2 more.
The reason I like this, this version of a hip thrust machine that we do have is because we get a little bit more of kind of like a clawing of the hamstrings at the bottom. We get a little bit more hip flexion at the bottom. We get a little bit of kind of hamstrings kicking in at the bottom as well. We're able to take your hips through a really full range of motion on this one. So especially if you're looking to work your glutes through a full range of motion, not just these partial hip thrust variations where we're just working that shortened load position at the top, then this one from Prime Strength is a really, really good one. If you don't have access to one of these and you want to kind of follow a similar workout to what Kat's doing today, you can just use a Smith machine hip thrust. Just make sure you're going through a full range of motion with this one. And I like to use the cue, show your butt off to the floor to really get that full range of motion.
Good, just drop down. Because we can, because it's fun. Let's make it a drop set.
Of course.
Might as well.
Oh,
hang
you're
on,
still
hang
going?
on, hang on, hang on. Now you can go. Go. See you get another 10. 2. 4. 5, good. Come on, go. 6. Keep pushing. Give me 2 more. And again. You're there, you're there. Well done. Good.
Ow!
Just unclip yourself. Well done. Put some bits back.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, we'll do a little bit of assistance work. We'll do some, just to keep it different, we'll do some, instead of doing some machine hamstring curls, we'll do some like sliding hamstring curls.
Okay.
We'll use the glute ham roller.
Okay.
Should we superset it with maybe some like hanging leg raises? A little bit of core.
Okay.
You're all right. You can push through.
Oh my gosh.
10 minutes.
So next up we had a superset. Now, within her program, she has hamstring curls or a hamstring curl machine. Now, again, I wanted to give her something a little bit different today. So we used a glute ham roller to do basically like a gliding hamstring curl.
Okay, we'll go without this to start off with. So all you're gonna do, we'll start about there, back on the floor, drive your hips up into that bridge. We'll lock the bridge off, hands nice and wide, drive your heels up towards your bum, all the way down to that start point, okay? So I try to encourage less of that break at the hip, and I want that hip to come up to the top, okay?
Yep.
Work really hard to keep that as level as you can and move at the same speed, okay?
We'll see how we go.
I don't know what you're gonna be like with these.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
If we can get, say, 10 to 15.
I've attempted something similar on the rowing machine.
Yes.
On the seat pad.
Yes.
It wasn't always pretty.
Let's see how you go.
Okay.
Okay, let's shift yourself back just a tad.
I knew you were going to say that.
About there, that's it, okay? Start with your legs straight. Now pop your hips up. Good. Now that can help you keep your hips popped up. That's it. I think get a little bit more range next time.
Oh, Jesus.
Go on, and go. Push your hips up, good. 2, that's the one, right there. And again, let's go. Push your hips up, go, go, go. 3, nice.
You're not going to get any more.
Try and go a little bit quicker. 4.
Try and what?
Try and go a little bit quicker.
Thank you.
5, yes, good. I'm good with that. 1 up, 1 down, I'm fine with it. It's good. Push your hips up, good.
How many?
Let's get 3 more. Push hips up, 1. Push, 2. Yeah, good. And down, relax. Excellent.
Now, to make this one a little bit more challenging, as you can see, I've attached a band to this one. There are a few different setups you can use with this one, but I like to attach a band to add load. You can have chains across your hips, you can have like a weight across your hips as well, but I like the band just because the weight does load your hamstrings. So as you can see here, Kat is really struggling to get to that top position, especially trying to keep those hips extended at the top as well. So we've supersetted this one with a seated abductor machine.
Okay, I was going to do a little bit of core, but let's keep it fun, let's keep it different. So let's use the, because we've got something a bit different here, we've got a different kind of abductor machine. And it's a nice pairing with that, to be fair. So the difference, this one, is you're going into abduction and hip extension.
Yep.
So it's going to feel a little bit weird. So what you're going to do when you pop yourself in here, I'll make sure the backrest is fine for you. Pop your feet up there. You're going to use this pin here, just to lock you to start off with, okay? Pull yourself in as hard as you possibly can. Naturally, it will just drop into hip extension as you come down. So we're here, it comes down, okay? Here. You will find, although there's 20 kgs on each side, you will be able to probably lift double that.
Okay.
So
That's nice.
first set is just find the feeling, find the position.
It's like a king's chair.
It is.
A queen's chair.
Yeah.
This is my queen's
Or
chair.
it's like a stirrup kind of thing.
Yes. Or there's that.
Right
okay.
Cool. So really this is just to kind of get feeling of it. Pull yourself down, that's it. So you're pushing down as you abduct that hip. There you go, 2.
Well,
We'll
like
just
that.
grind out 12 on this one. I don't mind 1 second down, 1 second up. Is it?
Is it?
7.
I like this.
8.
So far, Gareth, the equipment, your gym's rating highly.
And relax. You came in, good ceilings.
High ceilings, 1 floor, good equipment. It ticks all around for me.
As you can see from our seated abduction machine at EPT Lab, it's a little bit different from the ones you might be used to. So our seated abductor machine, yes, it's plate loaded, but it goes into hip abduction and we also get some hip extension at the same time. It's a unique design, but also when you try this, it feels completely different to any other abductor machine you've ever tried, and it absolutely fries your glutes. We really pushed her on this one. It's a great movement where we can just push you just to kind of get those upper glute fibers really firing towards the end of the workout. And especially with the way that our hip abductor machine works here, we really get to load that stretch range of motion in the middle of the movement, as well as getting into a good level of hip extension as well.
What's your favorite core exercise?
Depends for what. If you were to give, I'm a big fan of like an ab wheel rollout.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on what you're doing, but if I could only do like 1 core exercise, me personally,
That's your go-to.
that would be my go-to.
Yeah.
Hanging like straight leg raise.
I know you like that one.
Love them.
Yeah. Do you know what? The reason why I don't like them is because the grip is my limiting factor. So, you know the ones where you got your elbows
Captain's
in?
chair.
Is that, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have that, and I do a lot of them.
Well,
It's
I like the
reverse.
ab slings.
Oh, yes.
So-
yeah, cool.
Yeah. So doing it in there.
Yeah. Just takes that, yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. But the reason I like them isn't necessarily as the core exercise.
Yeah.
In the context of the rest of the programming, you think of what most programs are lacking, it's that kind of that pull on the spine, it's that hanging, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you're doing a program where there's a lot of axial loading, there's a lot of squats, there's a lot of deadlifts.
Yeah.
There's nothing really there to decompress the spine.
That's a good point.
So suddenly you start to do
That's a really
hanging
good
leg
point.
raises.
Yeah.
Great, it's a great core exercise.
Yes.
Yeah, you're hitting your hip flexors, but we've also got that hanging position
Yeah.
and slight release of that spine at the same time.
Yeah.
So in the context of the rest of the programming, actually it works pretty well.
That makes
Whereas you
sense.
don't get that from a lot of other core
It's true.
exercises.
Yeah.
And again, you could think about that in terms of like pull-ups as well.
Yep.
Why are pull-ups so valuable? Yeah, they're a great pulling exercise, a vertical pull.
Just standing there in that dead hang
But
position.
think
Yeah,
about
just
what it's
really
doing to the
lengthening
rest of your
spine.
body as well.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you know,
good. Do you want to know mine?
go on.
Like, just that flexion, like cable crunches,
Yeah, nice.
kneeling wood chops
Yes.
as well are my go-to.
See, if you was to say to me, like, what's your favorite isolated abs exercise, 100% kneeling cable crunch.
What did I say? I said core.
Core.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
I'm just like core, integrated abs, isolated.
abs.
So I kind of set things like that.
Yeah.
So like for me, an ab wheel rollout
Yep.
is a good mixture of, I'm getting some resisting extension.
Yep.
There's an anti-extension there.
Yep.
But also, especially if I add a bit of a roll into the spine,
Yes.
I can load a little bit of flexion in there as well.
Yep.
If I want to load more flexion, I can do that. I can get the resistance band.
Yeah, that makes-
I can
yeah.
put it around the ab wheel.
Yep.
And I get more at the top as well if I want to as well.
Beautiful.
If you were to say to me, yeah, isolated abs exercise, you kneeling cable crunch. I quite like seated, so like sat on a bench in front,
Yeah.
just working that range.
Yeah.
Lat pull down machine, back facing
That's
the
what
lat pull down.
Yeah. So
'Cause
that's
it's
exactly what
in
I get
contact
my
with your
clients
hamstrings.
Because a
That's
lot
great.
of the newbies just can't get the kneeling because they shift their hips back.
Shift them back, yeah.
And it's easy when you're there as a one-on-one because you can fix it, but when you're online, it's hard, for them to be able to
Yeah.
feel it and understand it. I get them over to do exactly that, and then they're like, oh, I feel it, because they're just not pushing that the hips back.
It's something to do with that pad, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I can get them down to the floor.
Are there any exercises that you don't program in online that you would like to program in online?
Do you know what? I don't program a lot of barbell back squats.
So,
Yeah. Deadlifts only if I know that they're used to doing deadlifts. I just think, you know, risk over reward. There are other things, like if they want to do deadlifts and that's something they want to aim for, or it's part of their benchmark for a sport and whatnot, I'll put it in. Otherwise, if they just want to, if it's just a hypertrophy, get stronger, I get them to do dumbbell RDLs, Romanian RDLs.
Yeah.
But barbell back squat's probably the one that I don't often do.
Or if anything, it's a box squat.
Yeah.
If anything, at least there's that more security.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want you filming yourself. I
Yes.
want to see what this looks
Yeah,
like.
100%.
There are probably some things like, I quite like a Turkish get-up as like a warm-up mobility exercise.
Yep.
And I might do that with a one-on-one because it's fun as well. Even if it's like a half Turkish get-up, I would not program that in online.
Yeah, exactly. Never have.
Yeah.
But I do quite like the half.
Great stability, mobility, kills two birds with one stone. Quite nice as like something like an achievement exercise, getting better at them. But I wouldn't necessarily program it in a training session. I would do it maybe before doing some deadlifts or something like that. As part of that warm-up.
Part of the warm-up.
Introduce load into it. Not like you and I both know you could probably spend an hour teaching that. We don't have an hour just to teach that.
And again, what's the benefit as well? Like, do they need to? Is there something else I can get them doing that's still going to...
Exactly. Yeah. Different horses for different courses.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay, last one. Watch the left hip and the hamstring.
Was it better that time?
Drive it up. Yeah. 2. Nice. Good. 4. It's looking better. 6. We'll do 6 more. Last set of these. 1. Good. Good. 1 more, pop that hip up. Boop. Yep, good. Relax, nice.
So we've got all the movements there covered. If you do want to follow along on these exercises, there are a few substitutions that you can make. If you do not have a hip thrust machine, as I've said, you can use a Smith machine hip thrust. If you don't have the glute ham roller that we have, you can just substitute for a hamstring curl machine. The hamstring curl machine that would probably be most similar to what we use here would be a lying hamstring curl. A seated hamstring curl just loads your hamstrings in a slightly different way and probably not as comparable to what we're doing today. And then the seated abductor machine we have here, obviously not all gyms have this style. You can just use your standard seated abductor machine. If you want extra range on that seated abductor machine, you can always use a couple of yoga blocks on the outside of your thighs to make sure we're really loading as we reach the center point. So it's been a really fun day with Kat. We've spent about the last 4 hours here just chatting shop really. It's just good to speak to another coach about kind of ideas, what we're doing, the fitness industry in general. But I've just dropped her off at the train station, come back because I've got some more clients to train here. So anyway, hopefully guys, you've enjoyed some of the insights from today's training. Remember, if you like this video, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon.